Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning to loving parents and families, honored guests, the regular guests, teachers, administration, and Mr. Stein. On behalf of the class of 2022, I'd like to take a moment to thank those who made today possible. Dr. Trusty, Mr. Malloy, Mr. Benzing, Mr. Fagan, Ms. Meck, our terrific maintenance team, and so many others. Additionally, thank you to teachers, staff, college counselors, parents, grandparents, guardians, loved ones, siblings, and all the rest for making our time in high school amazing. To the St. Paul's of class of 2022, congratulations, and thank you for all the hard work that you've dedicated to yourself, your friends, your families, and St. Paul's. Today should not be taken lightly, and you should be extremely proud of everything that you've accomplished. Over the course of the last 4 years, there have been countless moments we have experienced. Some have been remarkable, others have been difficult. But it is exactly these moments that mold us, the moments that define us. You've experienced raw emotions, kindled new relationships, and created memories all within the last few years. The approximately 144 weeks that you've spent at this school has shaped you into who you are today. So it all started 4 years ago in August of 2018 when our nervous 9th grade selves auditioned for the fall musical or tried out for a sports team. On the first day of volleyball, I still remember meeting Tyler Slavinsky, aka Slab, who then had bleached blonde hair after spending all summer surfing at the beach. Not only was I scared about playing volleyball with an ex-Marine as our coach, but I also had to worry about this artificially blonde kid. Our nerves, however, soon dissipated, and relief subsided after taking our first Spanish class with Senor Wang. And when I mean Spanish class, I mean listening to Senor go off on tangents about the new show he was watching, how he easily defeated the noobs on Star Wars Battlefront, or the State Stone of Michigan, which is the Petoskey, by the way. See, Mom, I did learn something in high school. As freshmen, we walked the same halls as Ratcliffe, just like thousands of alum before us. The only difference, though, was that there were substantial holes in the walls on both the first and third floors. Also, I think the lights may have been dimming in the bathrooms, at least according to Dr. Schaufen's infamous email. While the building was not in great shape, the fun, and our learning of course, continued. Mr. Ram continued to throw pens at Peter, and Mr. DeBoer said, "All that jazz." During this time, we realized what was truly important. We built relationships through consolving trips, intense spike ball games, and our collective despise of Yay Lunch. It is exactly these relationships that matter greatly. And through these relationships, we have created a vast number of memories. One of these being our times in the trailers. No, not trailers, learning cottages, which consisted of mobile classrooms on the baseball field, makeshift spaces under the gym, and rooms in Price Hall, which is now the school store. While we can all agree that much like the previous building, these classrooms were not ideal, we got through it again. We had Mr. Flake's world religion class with intense ping pong games between Matthew Meck and Jonas Buchanan. Joe Boo. In the classrooms under the gym, we could hear basketballs bouncing above, but we all had to stay focused and ignore the noise. And let's not forget the memory of Mr. Kaplan yelling us in chapel. I bring up these memories to hopefully put a smile on your face, but to also remind you of the wonderful times we have created for ourselves. It would have been easy to give up on the learning while we were in the trailers, learning cottages, but we didn't. We adapted, and because we did, we now have a huge compilation of amazing moments. But we would be challenged yet again with the announcement of COVID. And I know we're all tired of hearing about this, so I'll try and keep this short. After Mr. Schindler had announced that spring break would be extended 2 weeks, most of us had the same reaction. Okay, cool. As those 2 extra weeks morphed into finishing the semester virtually, our thoughts on COVID became best grades ever. On a more serious note, during COVID, some of us felt isolated and scared. Others relieved, maybe even happy that we were spending more time at home. Some frustrated, angry at the world for making all this happen while we were in high school. Yet we learned how to control what we could control, how to battle under the circumstances we were given. COVID, no matter how much you hated it, is a rather significant moment of our high school careers. A moment that you will never forget, a moment that you will tell your kids about. I challenge you to remember how you made it through this tough time. As we got back into the physical classroom in the beautiful new upper school, we thought we were invincible. We got through COVID, what couldn't we get through? Well, it turns out that we really struggled at Miss Gray's 100-minute lectures. Yeah, those were tough. Well, tough for everybody except Yolanda, who seemed to understand the difficult math concepts with outstanding ease. Our invincibility soon faded as the regular school became the norm again. We listened to Mr. Bano shout history lectures, and we pretended not to translate our Spanish, Japanese, and German assignments. But as each challenge arose, no matter how small or large, we adapted and overcame by working together, living in the present, and being ready for any sudden change. We got through the IB, we got through Mr. Borneman's endless essays, and I believe that we finally got through our sadness that Miss Mack had left the school. I know, that one took people a little while. We embraced every moment, every challenge. And every moment led us to now, our senior year. We learned how to fight, adapt, and push in our first 3 years. We were destined for an amazing last year at St. Paul's. So from this year, I want you to remember everything. Remember Chris Dennis's and Adam Warburton's facial expressions while under hypnosis at the alumni dinner. Remember the joy you felt after the hockey team won the championship, led by none other than our captain, Avella Cohen. Remember the friendships you've made and the laughs you've shared. But don't forget the countless hours of work you've put into college and academic essays. Don't forget the passion and love you've discovered on the lacrosse field. And surely don't forget that Tucker is an international criminal who created a master plan to return from Europe. Every moment, every memory over the last 4 years has led you to this point. You now sit on this very lawn graduating because of the relationships you've created, because of the work you've completed, and because of the fun you've had. Often we feel powerless about the things around us, the division in our nation, climate change, even the books we read in school. We feel like we don't have a choice. Hashtag HL English. Speaking of HL English, Mr. Mizaski, you ready for this one? Timmy Wilcox. Yes. Thank you for clapping. But you do have a choice. We could have let the learning cottages disrupt our learning, or let the isolation from COVID keep us intellectually separated, or let fill in the blank with any personal or collective challenge that has inhibited you from accomplishing your goals. But we didn't. We recognized our feelings, remembered the importance of our relationships, and kept looking forward. We have a gift. The time we've spent at St. Paul's and all the moments you've accumulated over the last 4 years. You've gone through so much so early. Know that you are capable of surpassing any challenge because you've done it here at St. Paul's. You're prepared for any emotion that comes your way. We've gone through the highest of highs, like winning back-to-back golf championships, and we've faced the lowest of lows, like finding out about the sickness of Mr. Scott Lewis or had deaths in our family. But all these moments, the good and the bad, have led us to become all sorts of things. College athletes like Garrison Curry and Brett Poles, future politicians like Tyler Seaman, and knee hockey stars like Sharps and Cole. These moments have molded us into superheroes like Tate Soonerite and Keegan Tracy. These moments have defined us into artists like Eli Porter and Russell Seawater, scholars like Yawanda Liu and Hal Sway, comedians like Will McCluskey, performers like Marshall and Bucky, and great friends like Colin and Cade. These moments have molded us into gentlemen, like every member of the St. Paul's class of 2022. Let these memories be a reminder that you can set your mind to any challenge and surpass it. Let these memories mold you. I know that I am a stronger, better person because of the ways in which you guys have molded me. I'm grateful for all these moments, and I would truly miss each and every one of you. Thank you, and congratulations.